Dense rainfall has enveloped the country, causing problems north and south alike. Durrës is almost completely underwater, while landslides have impacted traffic mobility across a number of roads. The construction sector has seen a recent recovery, with the increase in permission to construct resulting in larger loan amounts being given by banks in the capital. However, the trend did not appear the same across all areas. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development has signed a financial assistance agreement with Tirana City Hall, making the first time ever for such an agreement with a local municipality. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Monday the 19th of March 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. Intense rainfall over the last 24 hours, combined with the increase in discharge from hydropower plants in the Drin Cascade, have worsened the flood situation in the district of Shkodra. According to the report released by the Shkodra municipality today, the flood situation has continued to deteriorate, with the total affected area now reaching over 2,920 hectares. The flood map is constantly expanding as a result of the weather, as well as the increased inflows not only from the Drini Cascade but also from the Shkodra Lake and Buna River. The state has provided assistance in the form of 100 beds and 18 tents made available to the municipality of Shkodra to provide accommodation for families in need of evacuation across the administrative unit. The rainfall returned floods also to the city of Durrës, where this morning many streets were underwater, making the movement of people and vehicles difficult. The most problematic situations centre around the areas of the train station, the number 4 neighbourhood, the street near the stadium and the Taulantia promenade. The water level reached up to 40 centimetres. The rainfall has also caused a landslide with ground falling onto the Tepelen-Girocastra road. The road is damaged at the spot known as Cold Water, with the result that traffic can only move in one direction at this sector. Snow precipitation has returned in Valbona, while rainfall has impacted the entire Kukas region. Many other road axes have also been affected by small landslides involving soil and stones. Fierza Lake is currently within the allowable quotas at a level of 295.5 metres, however is only 50 centimetres from reaching the maximum point. As a result, functions of the hydropower plant here have been suspended. The Minister of Justice, Atilda Jornai, has made public the result of the 6-month-long verification of prison staff. In a Facebook status, Jornai declared that 130 employees were found to have criminal records and confirmed these employees will be removed from the prison system. A further 70 were found to lack the educational requirements to be found suitable for their employment role. Such persons will be either transferred into a position appropriate to their qualifications or, where required, find their employment terminated. The verification process has resulted in criminal prosecution being sought for 65 employees, with less severe administrative measures being required for a further 49 staffers. The verification of the moral purity of prison system employees is the first step to clearing prison staff of any incriminating elements. Very soon, a new recruitment and training system will be implemented in collaboration with the Security Academy. We will ensure we provide a morally clean service troop, politically uninfluenced and professionally skilled, concluded the writings by Minister Jornai on Facebook. The resumption of issuing construction permits has led to a high increase in investments in 3 main municipalities, with the capital at the highest level, followed by Durrës. A total of 819 permits were approved in 2017, with Tirana issuing the highest number of permits. Tirana also saw a significant increase in the number of permits issued, up 106 when compared to 2016. The Bank of Albania has recently released data which shows the impact that the increase in permits had on the economy. In the last quarter of 2017, an additional 3.4 million lek was issued by banks in the form of loans for construction or housing purposes when compared to the previous year. Durrës and Korça have also relied heavily on issuing a more significant number of permits over the course of 2017. At the other end of the scale, Shkodra has recorded the largest decline in this sector. The data shows that in the last 3 months of the year, the northern city has received about 1 million less in loans compared to the same period the previous year. This is because Shkodra still does not have an urban plan, leaving this sector somewhat paralysed. However, the trend in increasing permits resulting in increased loan payouts was not reflected across the board. The area of Fear issued the second highest number of permits after the capital, though lending actually declined in this area. Leja, Elbasan and Vlora also reflect a similar situation. According to the official data from the Bank of Albania, at the end of 2017, the construction loan sector marked a value of 46.3 billion lek, depicting an overall decrease of 1.3% compared to 2016. Balch has again awoken to protests by the oilmen from the processing plant there, who again took action to seek payment for 15 overdue wages, the resumption of work and being provided the exclusive status of oil worker. They say that following the departure of the IRTC company, the plant has been taken over by another entity. They accuse the new company of signing individual contracts with some employees, but refusing to answer regarding these obligations for others. The employees of the import-export subsidiary in Vlora also joined the protest in front of the plant, declaring that they too have 2 years without receiving their pay. "We have 2 years without receiving any salary and without receiving any response," said one protester. Given the situation, the oilmen, who are also supported by trade unions, are seeking government intervention and have warned that they would enter the plant with force if necessary. Since December last year, Armos oilmen have been protesting to resume work and receive overdue wages. Despite taking such actions as marching all the way to Tirana, so far they have only received one overdue salary payment. The owners of vehicles who leave them parked for long periods, either on main roads or between buildings, have 15 days to relocate them voluntarily, or they will be moved by tow trucks. Abandoned, defective or unmovable, whatever the reason for the vehicle having remained stationary, it will be removed by municipal workers and local police and deposited at the relevant collection points. The municipal police started the process of identifying vehicles of concern a month ago. According to the Director of Territorial Control, Tony Beni, there are over 250 vehicles currently occupying public spaces, and the aim is to ensure every last one is either removed by the owner or taken to the collection point. The deadline for citizens to remove the vehicles voluntarily is 15 days. The announcement has been made official, stated Tony Beni. The object of the land cleaning action will also apply to vehicles that have current sales certificates on the grounds that as a commercial activity, it is illegal to occupy a public space for this purpose. The cleaning action will also incorporate cars being displayed for sale, said Tony Beni. The men in blue say that those who own these cars have been informed using every possible means, including announcements being placed directly onto the windows of the vehicles. The Ministry of Health has announced the dates for testing of nurses, midwives, physiotherapists and imaging technicians. The process will begin on March 31st at 2 p.m. to be held at the University of Medicine in Tirana. Meanwhile, in Vlora, Fier and Gjirokastra, the process will occur on April 2nd. For the counties of Shkodra, Dibra, Leja, Kukas and Durrës on April 3rd, and for Elbasan, Korça and Berat on April 4th. The Ministry of Health has confirmed there are currently 416 vacancies, with the candidate pool expected to reach about 1,900. The municipality of Tirana and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development were in London today for the signing of a financial agreement for duplicating the capacity of the Bovila Reserve. The agreement also covers the construction of a new drinking water supply line for the area of the New Ring, Uzbericht and Kashar. Tirana is the first local authority to be selected by the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development for the signing of a direct collaborative agreement. The agreement enables doubling the amount of water filtration for supplying the citizens of Tirana. At the same time, it gives provisions for extending the network to include areas where there has been significant development in recent years. I look forward to making two major investments in this first package. Firstly, the expansion of Bovila's capacity, which is our filtering system. We will double the amount of water that is filtered for the city of Tirana. Secondly, this funding allows us a new line from Bovila Lake directly to the areas of New Ring, Uzberisht and Kashar. This is an area which, when people were transferred there, was supplied with water from wells. Many of the residents, driven by cheap prices, made quick decisions without thinking that this area, now with 80,000 inhabitants, cannot have their demands met only with water from wells. Last summer was certainly a testament to this, added Erion Veliai. The mayor said that the agreement is dedicated to the citizens of Tirana, who have been shown to be accountable with obligations to the municipality. We have made many sacrifices to reach this point. Today, we are the #1 city in Albania for correctness with state payments, because we realise that if we do not help the recovery of our state, we are the ones who will suffer first, explained Veliai. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development's director for Albania praised the fact that this is the first time the bank has provided major funds for a municipal project completely independent of a state budget. He went on to emphasise that the investment will increase the capacity of the water supply for Tirana, as well as the standard of service offered by the provider. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.